Hello, 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 guys. Welcome, everyone. Happy Monday. Happy start of the week. It's been such a great and cold day. How are you guys today?
Hello, teacher. I'm
Hello.
fine. And you?
I'm
Hello, teacher.
great. Hello, guys. I'm very good today.
Hi, teacher.
Hello. Kind of cold. It's been such a cold day, don't you think?
Yes, teacher, but I like.
Yes.
We like this. I mean, I also love this kind of weather when I don't have to go out, when I'm working from home. I love it. Or when I'm just at home. What do you think about Saturday, guys? Did it rain like where you live the whole day?
In Barranca, yes.
Oh, in Barranca. And then what about the weather in Barranca when it rains? Like, does it feel like super, super, super hot, or the
Uh,
temperature gets like, or it's not that hot?
Currently, it's cold,
Oh,
but
really?
for me, it's cold. No.
So maybe for you it's like being in Bucaramanga at noon.
Oh, Bucaramanga is very cold. Oh my God.
Really? Oh my
Yes.
goodness. Well, because you're used to Barranca's weather. So I've been to Barranca just once, and it was horrible for me because I was not used to that kind of weather, such a hot weather. So for me it was like horrible. But it's been like rainy. I think it has been raining in the whole department, right, in Santander.
Yes.
Yes, yeah. So here in Bucaramanga, it was pretty rainy on Saturday. It rained the whole day. It started raining on Friday night. It stopped raining at like 4 a.m. And at 5:30, it started raining again on Saturday. And then it rained the whole day. I had to go to work, and it was raining. It was just like so bad. It was a perfect day to be at home, to be sleeping, to just listen to the rain and then relax. But I had to work the whole day, so it wasn't such a fun day for me. And then today, guys, it's been like super rainy as well. It's been like super, super, super rainy
I
today.
think we are
Mhm.
in the rainy season.
Well, I think so. I mean, it usually starts in April. I don't remember the last time. Well, I don't know. I mean, we're definitely on a rainy season, but for me, it usually starts in April. In March, I don't remember March to be that wet. Yo no recuerdo a marzo siendo tan húmedo, like such a wet month. But and I don't remember when was the last time that it rained the whole day. Ni siquiera me acuerdo cuándo fue la última vez que llovió todo un día completo, like on Saturday it did. It rained the whole day, the whole time. It only stopped for like 15 minutes and then it would start raining again. It stopped raining for 10 minutes and then it would stop raining again. It was horrible. It rained a lot on Saturday. But guys, so here we are. It's such a cold and rainy night, but we're going to start our session. Today we're having our fifth class. Today is March the 13th, and and we are already in the middle of the cycle. Ya vamos en la mitad del ciclo. Nos queda eh, 5 clases más, 5 more sessions. So this week, esta semanita y martes de la próxima semana, and then we're done. Okay. Remember that this is the life cycle. I'm working with you. Recuerden, porfa, chicos, que ese es el último ciclo que yo trabajo con ustedes. So let's make the most out of it. Entonces, saquémosle todo el provecho posible. So let's start. We're going to begin with a warming up activity. in order to review different tenses. Then we're going to do a speaking task that is going to be graded, and then one writing exercise, okay? So we're going to start. I have 2 games to practice verb tenses. Vamos a practicar tiempos verbales. They are present, present perfect, past perfect, and so on. So you are going to click only in one. Vamos a hacer solamente uno de los jueguitos. So this is present perfect and past perfect. And this second one is present, past, and future tenses. So I'm going to send you guys the activities on the chat. And then here you are going to click on start. You are going to click on the dice. Le vamos a dar clic en el dadito. And then the dice is going to tell us, okay, very good.
Choose the correct answer.
And then we have some questions here. It's like, I can't go out to play now. My homework yet. I hasn't done, I haven't to do, I have not done, or I did my homework yet. So you're going to click on one of these, and it's going to tell you if it is right or if it is wrong. Then you're going to click on next, and you're going to click again on the dice, and you're going to continue with the activity. And then the second exercise, it's also a board game, and they are going to ask you questions about present perfect and past. And then you are going to start playing the games. Clear, guys? Claro, claro, claro. Is it clear? Yes, teacher. Okay, very good. So you are going to start, you're going to copy the links that are on the chat, or just click on the links that are on the chat, and you're going to start. When you finish one, let me know. Cuando terminen el primerito, me avisan, okay? So please start. Por favor, iniciamos. Thank you very much. Guys, while you finish, I am going to call the attendance, okay? So let's start. Arismendi Pinzón Gerson Yamit.
Present, teacher.
Baez Villamizar Keiner Damián.
I'm here, teacher.
Good. Barrera Delgado Jean-Claude.
Present, teacher.
Great. Calderón Castellanos Yesit.
Present, teacher.
Awesome. Camargo Dulce y Natalia. Good. Castrillón Millán William Andrés.
Present, teacher.
Good. Chain Osorio Marian.
Hi, teacher.
Okay. Correa Mendoza Andrés Camilo.
Hi, teacher.
Good. Guys, I'm going to stop for a second because there are some dogs barking outside of my house. So I'm going to stop for a minute, okay? While they finish. Okay, good. Let's continue. Correa Mendoza Andrés Camilo.
Hi, teacher.
Good. Cuellar Campos, sorry, Corredor Andrés.
Present, teacher.
Good. Cuellar Campos Silvia Natalia.
Present, teacher.
Duque Mogollón Johan Alberto.
Present, teacher.
Good. Fernández Celis El Quindarío.
Present, teacher.
Good. Figueroa Navarro Julián Jesús. Julián Jesús Figueroa, are you here? Julián Jesús Figueroa, Julián Jesús. Ponte Chariza, Ginette Valentina.
Present, teacher.
Galán Pinilla, Carlos Andrés.
Present, teacher.
Good. Gamboa Flores, Mabel y Juliet.
Present, teacher.
García Gómez, Indy Juliana.
Present, teacher.
Good. Gómez García, José Alejandro.
I'm here, teacher.
Good. Gómez Jaimes, Juliet Tatiana. Gómez Jaimes, Juliet Tatiana. Juliet. Tarazona, Monsalve, Lizeth, Carolina. Lizeth, Carolina. And Vargas Pineda, Brian Camilo. Not in the session. Okay, guys. Did you finish with at least one of the games? Did you finish with at least one of the games? ¿Terminamos con al menos uno de los jueguitos?
Teacher, el de la guerra sí, pero me aparecen los mismos en ambos links, me aparece el mismo juego.
Oh, really? There are
Okay.
two. The other one, yeah, the other one is different. This one is different. So there are two different links. Let me try to send you this one again. This second activity, it's for you to extra practice. We are not going to do it right now because we need to continue. Okay, so if you didn't finish, you can play the game after after class or in another time that you have in another moment that you have the time. So we are going to continue, my people. Vamos a continuar. We are going to we're going to the book. We're going to work on page 22 and 23, and we're going to do the speaking task. So we are going to, this task is very interesting. We are going to describe a personal memory. So we are going to, before we start, we're going to do a listening and vocabulary. You're going to hear 3 people describe a personal memory related to the pictures below, and we're going to find these things in the picture. So these are the pictures here, okay? This guy with this bird, and then this cherry tree, and maybe like, I don't know if this is the mom, the parents, the swing. So we are going to listen to a story, and we are going to find out, these things in the picture. So an anchor, what is the meaning of an anchor? Let me zoom the page here. What is the meaning of an anchor, guys?
Interna.
Interna.
Ancla.
Ajá, ancla.
Eso, ancla.
Ajá, so this will be the anchor. Very good. Excellent. What about a cherry tree?
Árbol de cereza.
Uh-huh, so it will be this cherry tree. A branch. What is the meaning of a branch?
Rama?
Okay, yes, una rama, right? A branch means it could be this or this, okay, or this. What about a sailing boat? Well, we don't have a sailing boat on the picture, but what is the meaning of a sailing boat?
Un velero.
Un barco. Un velero. No, un
Un
marino.
barco, un velero, very good. A budgie.
Rico.
Yes, so this is a budgie. This is a budgie. And a swing.
Columpio.
Yes, so this is a swing. Very, very, very good, guys. We are going to listen to 3 people telling their stories, and we're going to match them with the pictures. We are going to choose the best title for each story. So the first one is a memorable celebration, a story about a childhood pet, meeting someone important in my life, meeting a famous person, a time I got into trouble, a time I was really frightened, a childhood accident, a trip I'll never forget, and a day when everything went wrong. Okay, so here, yes, Julian Jesus, I called the attendance a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, but I already did that. So we're going to listen to 3 people. You are going to match them with the pictures here, and you are going to choose the best title for each story. Is it clear, guys? Clear what we're going to do?
Yes, teacher.
Yes. Okay, so let's listen.
Unit 2, Recording 6. 1.
I remember when I was about 8 or 9, I had a pet. It was my first pet, actually, and it was a little budgie called Ollie. I named her Ollie because it was the year of the Olympics. I can't remember which year it was. But this bird was really unusual because quite quickly she became very tame. And I used to come home from school, and I'd pick her up off wherever she was perching, and I'd take her upstairs, and she'd sit on the side of the bed while I did my homework, and then she'd jump onto my pen while I was writing, or she'd jump onto my hair and chew it. Sometimes during dinner time, she'd actually jump onto the plate and skid around in the sauce, which wasn't very hygienic. But I don't actually know what happened to her, because one day we all got so used to just her being around the house that one day my mother came in with some washing, the back door was open, and she just flew off, and we never found her again. It's a bit sad, really.
2.
Right. This is a story of something that happened to me when I was, I think, about 11 or 12. So I was actually quite old, which makes it more embarrassing. I was in the garden at my parents' house, and I think they were having a party because there were lots of people there, family members and their friends. And I had this swing on a cherry tree in the garden that my dad had made me when I was quite little. And on this day, I jumped onto the swing, as I would do any other day. And the branch that the swing was attached to fell clean off the tree, and the swing hit me in the head, and I blacked out. Very briefly. I was fine, but it was so embarrassing in front of lots of people that I know and who still remember it today.
3.
Right, so it was a time when I was really frightened, and it was about 2 years ago when I was on holiday in Sicily, and one afternoon we decided to hire a boat to go and sail around the coast. It started off quite nicely. The sun was shining, and we were sunbathing. But then we decided to drop the anchor and stay still for a little while. But I didn't know that you shouldn't use the engine when the anchor is dropped. So somehow the rope got tangled up in the engine, and the engine stopped working. So we were stuck. The boat started floating out towards the sea, and also at the same time the weather changed. It became very windy, and the sea got choppy, and we were quite scared. So when we looked in the boat, the radio didn't work, so we couldn't ask for any help. We thought we were going to be stuck there all night, because we had no way of contacting anybody. There was water coming in the boat, we were cold, it was windy, and we didn't know what to do. It was desperation, really. But in the end, it was okay, because my girlfriend managed to find the telephone number of the people who gave us the boat. So after about half an hour, maybe, they came and rescued us. But at the time, it was we were very worried and very scared.
Okay, people. So in the conversation or in the listening, we heard some expressions that are here. We are going to see if you understood and if you know what this means. Resulta que en el audio escuchamos unas expresiones, right? Que eran como to be tame or to get tangled, to rescue, fall off, to perch, to fly off, to black out, to float, to get choppy. So after we heard, después de haber escuchado, I want to see if you understand the meaning of these phrases or these verbs. So for example, number 1, to be tame. What is the meaning of to be tame, or what do you think it means? Any idea? To be tamed?
Any idea?
No, no idea. So to be tame is when you, for example, you have a pet, and then you teach that pet to live in your house, to live with humans, to live with other animals. So it's like, for example, this bird here he talks about, oh, and then we tamed it, he was tamed. That means that, yes, domesticar, exactly, Kainer, that is the word, like domesticar, the animal, to be tamed, como amaestrar, something like that also. So that is like domesticar and so on. What about to get tangled? What do you think it means? This was the guy that was talking about the boats, and then the anchor, they threw the anchor to the ocean and it got tangled. Ajá, enredarse, atascarse. Very good. To rescue.
Rescatar.
Ajá, very good. Rescatar. To fall off.
No, no.
Sorry? What do you say, Gerson? Sorry?
Un naufragar, no.
Well, no. This is to fall off. Yes, exactly. Caerse. Yes, very good. To perch. What is the meaning of to perch?
Sorry, teacher. What is the meaning of to fall off?
Caerse.
Caerse?
Yes.
Listo, gracias.
Of course. To perch.
Pasarse.
Pasarse o posarse.
Posarse.
Posarse. Very good. So this budgie, maybe he used to perch on people's back, maybe. That is the meaning of perch. To fly off.
Volarse.
Volarse. Yes, to fly off. The next one, to black out.
Desmayarse.
Okay, so to black out, it has two different meanings, right? So it means to get dark, when a place gets dark. That means like apagar las luces, or it could also be lost consciousness, perder el conocimiento. So it depends on the context, depende del contexto, right? So it could be in these contexts, it means to lose consciousness. Aquí en este es perder el conocimiento por la historia de la chica, okay? To float.
Flotar.
Yes, and to get choppy. What is the meaning of to get choppy? It has to be with the sea, with the water, with the ocean.
I don't know, teacher.
No? Okay, so he talks about the ocean, and then he said that the weather changed, and then the water in the ocean, the water got choppy. It means like agitated, like shaking, como agitado, como picado, right? Cuando el agua se empieza a poner las olas mucho más grandes y demás. So that is to get choppy. So very good. Now we're going to listen to it again, to the three people talking about their stories, and you are going to try to answer as many of these questions as you can for each story. Vamos a tratar de contestar la mayoría de preguntas que podamos. So when and where did the story happen? What other background information do you learn? What happened? How did the speaker feel? Okay, so we're going to listen to the stories again.
Unit 2, Recording 6. 1.
I remember when I was about 8 or 9, I had a pet. It was my first pet, actually, and it was a little budgie called Ollie. I named her Ollie because it was the year of the Olympics. I can't remember which year it was. But this bird was really unusual because quite quickly she became very tame. And I used to come home from school and I'd pick her up off wherever she was perching and I'd take her upstairs and she'd sit on the side of the bed while I did my homework. And then she'd jump onto my pen while I was writing, or she'd jump onto my hair and chew it. Sometimes during dinner time, she'd actually jump onto the plate and skid around in the sauce, which wasn't very hygienic. But I don't actually know what happened to her because one day we all got so used to just her being round the house that one day my mother came in with some washing. The back door was open and she just flew off and we never found her again. It's a bit sad, really.
2.
Right. This is a story of something that happened to me when I was, I think, about 11 or 12. So I was actually quite old, which makes it more embarrassing. I was in the garden at my parents' house, and I think they were having a party because there were lots of people there, family members and their friends. And I had this swing on a cherry tree in the garden that my dad had made me when I was quite little. And on this day, I jumped onto the swing, as I would do any other day, and the branch that the swing was attached to fell clean off the tree, and the swing hit me in the head, and I blacked out. Very briefly, I was fine, but it was so embarrassing in front of lots of people that I know and who still remember it today.
3.
Right, so it was a time when I was really frightened, and it was about 2 years ago when I was on holiday in Sicily, and one afternoon we decided to hire a boat to go and sail around the coast. It started off quite nicely. The sun was shining, and we were sunbathing. But then we decided to drop the anchor and stay still for a little while. But I didn't know that you shouldn't use the engine when the anchor is dropped. So somehow the rope got tangled up in the engine, and the engine stopped working. So we were stuck. The boat started floating out towards the sea, and also at the same time the weather changed. It became very windy and the sea got choppy, and we were quite scared. So when we looked in the boat, the radio didn't work, so we couldn't ask for any help. We thought we were going to be stuck there all night because we had no way of contacting anybody. There was water coming in the boat, we were cold, it was windy, and we didn't know what to do. It was desperation, really. But in the end, it was okay because my girlfriend managed to find the telephone number of the people who gave us the boat. So after about half an hour, maybe, they came and rescued us. But at the time, it was we were very worried and very scared.
Okay, people. So let's start. Speaker number 1. What was the story that he talked about? A memorable celebration, story about a childhood pet, meeting someone important in his life, meeting a famous person. What was it?
Story, childhood pet.
Okay.
Yes. Story about the
Very good.
childhood.
So it was a story about a childhood pet. Very good. What kind of pet was it?
A bird.
So it was a bird, right? It was a budgie. What else? What else did he say? When and where did the story happen, or what happened in the story? How did the speaker feel?
When he was 8 or 9.
Yes, when he was 8 or 9. Yes, perfect. And then he got his first pet, Ollie, named after the Olympics, right? Ollie was very tame, because he would sit on bed while the boy did homework or jump into the play during dinner. And then what happened? What happened to Ollie?
The bird flew
Mm-hmm. Yes. So the mother left the back door opened and Baji flew off. And what happened at the end? Did they find her or not?
No.
Never.
Yes, they never found her. So how did the speaker feel? How did he feel?
Really sad.
Yes, he felt sad. That's a sad story. That's a sad story. What about speaker number 2? What did he talk about or she talk about? Oh, you do, Natalia, you have a bird pet. Oh, that's super.
Yes.
Oh, that's nice. And then how old is your pet?
Childhood.
Sorry?
He's 1 years old.
Oh, okay. And then how old do birds usually live? Like how long?
I don't know. I think like I don't know really. I don't know.
Okay, very good. Okay, excellent. What about speaker number 2? What does he talk about?
A childhood accident.
A childhood accident. Yes. What kind of accident? What kind of accident? What happened?
Fall off
Uh-huh.
of
So,
the swim. ¿Cómo se dice esa vaina? ¿Columpio? No.
yes, swings. Yes. Swings. So it happens in a garden at her parents' house when she was about 11 or 12, and her parents were having a party, and there was a swing on a cherry tree. So there was a swing like this on a cherry tree. And then the speaker jumped on the swing, but the branch the swing was attached to fell of the tree, and the swing hit her on the head and she blacked out for a few moments. Se reventó, se cayó, se partió la rama. Ella se cayó y quedó inconsciente por un par de minutos. She said that it was okay, like nothing serious happened to her. And then how did she feel? How did she feel after the incident?
Embarrassing.
Embarrassed. Yes, she felt embarrassed. Excellent. What about speaker number 3? Speaker 3. What was his
At the time
story?
I was really frightened.
Okay, yes.
A
Time.
trip.
Or a trip that I'll never forget. Yes, it could be, right? A time I was really frightened. A trip I will never forget. Or a day when everything went wrong, right? It could be like any of this. Podría ser cualquiera. A time I was really frightened. A trip I'll never forget, and a day when everything went wrong. What happened? What happened to him? What's the story? What do you guys understand? Guys, what do you understand from this third story?
In Sicily coast.
So it was on the Sicily on holiday. Kaner says he goes to a trip in a sailing boat. Okay, and then what happens?
The weather suddenly changed
Changed.
and it was windy and the sea was choppy.
Yes. But not only that, right? Not only that. So they hired a boat. They hired a boat, and it was a perfect beach day. The sun was shining, there were sunbathing, and then they dropped the anchor here. They dropped the anchor, but it got tangled up in the engine. Se quedó atrapado en el motor del bote, right? And then the engine stopped working. The boat floated out to the sea, and at the same time, the weather changed and the sea got choppy. The radio didn't work, so it wasn't easy for them to communicate in order to ask for help. But the speaker's girlfriend managed to phone the people who gave them the boat, and then they rescued them. How did they feel? How did they feel, guys? Scared. Scared, yes. They felt worried and scared. Okay, guys, very good. So we are going to do one activity. You are going to think of an important memory of your own, and you are going to use these titles in exercise 2 to help you. So you're going to think about a memorable celebration or a story about a childhood pet or meeting someone important in your life, meeting a famous person, a time that you got into trouble, a time you were really frightened, a childhood accident, a trip you'll never forget, or a day when everything went wrong. So you are going to think about how to tell your stories. You're going to make notes and try to answer these questions. You can use a useful language here. Of course, you can also ask me how to say certain things. So you can ask me for any words or phrases that you need. And then you're going to write a paragraph about your important memory. And when are you going to do it? This activity is graded, okay? Esta actividad es evaluada. So it's going to be graded. So I want everybody to participate on the activity. So here, what are we going to find it here? Aquí lo vamos a encontrar, ¿listo? Where it says class number 5 on the folder that I'm going to share again. Here, there we go. And here, guys, you are going to open the one that says class number 5, speaking task. You are going to create a copy. Necesito que creen una copia, right? Ustedes van a crear una copia. And then when you are on it, cuando estén ahí, van a cambiar el nombre, right? You're going to write the name here, but you're also going to write the names here. For example, you're going to say, okay, your name, and it's going to say that this document belongs to you. Aquí nos dice que este documento le pertenece a Jean-Claude, right? And then I want all of the documents here, and you are also going to write your names here, right? You are going to think about an important memory of your own, how to tell your story. You're going to write a paragraph about your important memory, okay? And then, guys, I am going to be checking your progress. Yo voy a ir revisando el trabajo de cada uno. And then when we finish, we are going to share. Voy a pedirle a algunos de ustedes que, por favor, nos cuenten sobre este evento. Okay, so some of you are going to participate and we're going to listen actively. Is it clear, guys? Claro lo que vamos a hacer. Is it clear?
Yes, teacher.
Yes, teacher.
Yes, okay, so please start working. I'm gonna be here the whole session, and if you have questions about words or phrases, you can ask me. Yes, Natalia, you're raising your hand. Go ahead.
Perdón, la historia que tenemos que hacer, ¿respondería o respondería las primeras preguntas?
This one's here. So you're going to tell us about each of the, like any of this. La idea es que ustedes nos cuenten sobre una de estas categorías, right? So, que es algo importante sobre ustedes, no sobre todos, claramente, porque no alcanzaría el tiempo. You're going to choose one. For example, you're going to tell a story about a childhood pet. Okay, quiero contar sobre esta historia. Okay, so then you start. You are going to introduce the story. Van a empezar a contar la historia como I remember when, or this is the story of something that happened to me when I was about 11, when I was about 5, when I was about 20 years old. It was about a year ago or 2 years ago. At that time, I was living, working, studying in. I was with my sister. I was with my mom. I was alone. I used to come home from school. Yo solía hacer tal cosa, or the sun was shining. Okay, you're going to give details to your story. Then you're going to describe the events. Van a describir el evento. So one day, or suddenly, or then, after a while, at the same time, you're going to describe how you felt. So I was so embarrassing. It was so embarrassing. It was a little bit sad, or I was worried, or I was very happy, or I was nervous, I was stressed, and then ending the story. And then we're going to listen with interest, and then we're going to ask questions, okay? Or we're going to listen to some of you. Y luego vamos a escuchar a algunos de ustedes contándonos pues sobre su personal memory. Clear, guys? ¿Clara la actividad? ¿Es it clear?
Yes, teacher, clear.
Yes? Okay. This activity is great. Esta actividad tiene calificación, okay? So please start working. Por favor, empezamos a trabajar. Guys, I'm going to be checking spelling and writing to your activities. Okay, so I'm going to be visiting your writing activities.
Teacher, una pregunta. ¿Mi archivo te aparece? Es que mi drive me parece que está lleno y entonces pues yo lo puse ahí en compartir, pero no sé si te aparece.
Let me see. Yes, here, I can see it.
Ok, listo, muchas gracias.
Okay. Guys, 5 minutes to finish with the activity, and then we're going to start sharing your writing task, okay? So in 5 minutes, we will start. Okay, guys. Time's up, time's up, time's up. Se nos acabó el tiempito for the activity. So now we are going to start. I am going to ask people randomly. So let me close all these windows here. I am going to call a person randomly. If there are volunteers that would like to start, that will be awesome. Si hay algún voluntario que desee iniciar, that will be awesome. If not, si no, voy a llamar al azar, okay? Is there a person that would like to start sharing your screen, sharing your story? ¿Alguien que quisiera iniciar? Marily, go ahead. You can share your screen if you like. Puedes compartir pantallitas si deseas.
And share my screen? Or no? Yes?
Well, that's only if you want. You don't have to, but if you want to share your screen, you can do it. If not, that's fine.
Okay. I share my screen. And okay. At the time, I was studying when my dad found a parrot at Wiz. And the parrot was injured, and my dad took it home to cure it. I had always wanted to have a pet, and why not a parrot? I love birds, and asked my father if we could stay with parrot, and he accepted. I was with her for 14 years. I called her Nini Rebecca, and I tamed her. She liked sleep with me.
Tamed. I tamed her.
Okay. And one day she suddenly began to feel bad and she died. I cried for 1 week or more, I don't remember. And it was so sad. In the end, I buried and it in a flower pot at my home. And she was the best pet and I miss her.
Oh, that's super sad, Marily. How long ago was that?
1 year ago.
Oh, so it's kind of recent. It's kind of recent.
Yes.
Oh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry that that happened to you. I know that we get to love our pets so much. And I know it's like super painful for you, but animals, I think that they should live forever. Deberían vivir para siempre, but it is what it is, and we need to accept that that is part of the life, and it's super sad. I'm so sorry to hear that, and I hope that you are feeling better now. Thank you very much for sharing your story, Marily. Awesome, great job. Okay, is there another person that would like to share your story? Another volunteer, maybe?
Me.
Silvia,
If
go
you want
ahead.
to share, yes.
Go ahead. Thank you very much. And then Julian Jesus, okay? So let's start with Silvia. Very good.
It's very short, but when I was in 10th grade of a school, my classmates and me went to Medellin for academics task, I don't know. And one day we went to water park, and my best friend and me wanting to enjoy the pool, but we didn't know how to swim. But the day was so sunny, and that's where in Medellin, so we wanted to do it. And my
Okay.
mom had told me that I couldn't get into the pool because I don't know how to swim, but I didn't care and I did it. I'm very stubborn, so I always do the things when I want to do it. So yes, and I almost drowned into the pool. I almost drowned, and o sea, like literalmente,
Yeah.
and was the first time when I felt real fear. And now when I think about this situation, I feel so embarrassed because when I was like drowning, I screamed, I screamed like, help me. And I don't know, I don't, I am not the person that, I'm the person who is always quiet. So it's very embarrassed to me, like scream out and
And
yes.
asking for
So
help and
yes,
oh,
yes, yes.
well, moms are always right. They are always right. And then if they tell you not to do something because it can be dangerous, we need to listen to them. It happened to me. I have a similar story. We went to, well, we were on vacation and we went to Melgar, and then I was probably, I don't know, like 12 years old, and I was very excited because there were pools and so on. For some reason, I thought that I could swim. I cannot swim. I mean, I I can't like swim like properly. I mean, I just like to survive, just to survive. I swim. So I was probably like 10. No, I was like 10 or 13. Yeah, I think it was at about that time. And then I saw a pool and I was so excited. And I jumped into the pool, but I didn't know that that pool was not for kids. It was for adults. And I almost drowned. I mean, same as you, Natalia. And the only thing that I remember is that I was jumping and I could only like put my arm outside of the pool because I was all drawn. And I was doing something like this, asking for help. And then there was my ankle, he helped me. And because I saw people, and I mean there were people in the pool around me, but they didn't help me. For some reason they didn't help me. And even though I was drawing, they didn't help me. And then my ankle, he had to jump into the pool and rescued me. That was so embarrassing. I remember that, and it was like I was so embarrassed. But I was a little girl, and I was excited because of the pool. And my mom told me, like, you have to be careful, do not jump to the pool. And that was the first thing I did. I jumped into the pool and then I almost died. But thank goodness my uncle was there and he helped me. Otherwise the story would have been different. So thank you very much, Sylvia, for sharing your story with us.
Thank you.
Thank you. And then I think it was who was I think it was Julian. I don't remember that wanted
Yes.
to participate. Okay, Julian, go ahead.
Well, my story is about a childhood pet. Hmm. He was a orange cat, and when I was about 2 or 3 years old, I don't know how I have memories about that time, but memories a bit blurry. His name was Stancy Park, like that. I don't know how made his
What?
name.
What's the name again?
Let me share my screen.
Okay.
I don't know how I made this name. My parents asked me what would be the name of the cat. I'm in 1 second. I say Stancy Par.
Stancy Bar. Oh, that's a cute name. That's a
I
cute
don't know how
Stancy Bar.
or where I found.
You came out with that name, but you came out with that name. Okay.
Yes,
Good.
I was a child, so well,
Uh,
I really love this cat, and he has been an only pet in all my life. Only pet. I haven't pets anymore. But one day, when I went to another site, I don't remember with or where. I just remember that when I got to my house, um, my parents were in the kitchen, and he said that the cat went, and he hadn't come back. I tried to find him in the over house, the streets, but I never found. So it's the old story about my
oh,
only pet.
oh, your only pet and you never found him again. Oh, that's super sad. How old were you? Sorry. Oh, you were about 2 or 3 years. So you were a little kid. So, okay. And then why haven't you had more pets? Is there a reason for that?
Well, we we moved to other side, to other
To
house,
other places,
to
your
other
house.
place, and we were only we were my mom and me.
Oh, okay.
So in this house, don't permit it.
Yeah, they didn't allow pets. Okay.
Yes.
Pets were not allowed. Okay, that's why. Thank you very much for sharing your sad story about your Stancy Park cat who never came back. Sorry. Okay, very good. Is there another person that would like to share his or her story? Guys, another person, please. If not, I'm going to call somebody randomly. Si no, llamo a alguien al azar. Okay, let's go with Marianne. Marianne, please.
Hi, teacher.
Hello, please start with your story.
Okay, my story will be from when I was in Disney for the first time. I will be for I will be 4 years ago, and I was a very nice experience, and I was very happy since when I spent Christmas there. We saw fireworks, and although I was very tired, it is a beautiful and teacher, yo no sé decir esa palabra. Inolvidable,
Unforgettable.
Unforgettable experience.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much, Marianne. It sounds like a nice experience. So traveling to Disney and like living all the Disney experience, I'm sure it is a great memory. Thank you very much. Let's go with Johan Alberto Duque. Please go ahead.
Okay, teacher. I remember when I was 10 years old and I was in school. We had a test about medicinal plants. Then we chose aloe vera to make our exhibition. We worked hard for 15 days. We made slides, poster, and an aloe vera hand soap. We won the contest. In the end, we were happy, very happy, and they gave us a surprise and trip to Cucuta to Maloca. For me, was very important because I always like science, and it was my first experience investigating.
Oh, that's nice. That's nice, Johan. Thank you very much for sharing. Let's go with one more or two more, and then we're done. Let's go with Natalia Camargo. Natalia, go ahead.
Hi, teacher. Wait.
Okay.
This is the story of sometime and that happened to me when I was 10 years old. At the time, I had a cat. His name was Serrucho. I love him. And
Why? Why did you choose that name?
I don't know. Maybe my dad eh, lo llamó así, no me acuerdo.
Hey, your dad called him Serrucho. Okay. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I love him and I think he loved me. He was funny and we played all day. Um, I I beat him on the hand. ¿Sí? Como que lo mordía. ¿Sí? I beat him on the hand and he beat my nose. One morning, my dad told me that Serrucho was sick. Uh, his right paw was swollen. Then I carried him in my arms and took him home. A snake had bitten him. Eh,
And then, did he die? Did Serrucho die? Natalia?
Yes.
Did Serrucho die because of the snake?
Yes.
Oh, that's so sad. I'm so sorry to hear that. Well, it was definitely a sad ending for Serrucho. Your cat. Well, I'm sorry. I'm really, really, really sorry about that. I know how painful it is when our pets die, especially in those circumstances. So I'm so sorry to hear that. My people, thank you very much for working on the activity. Time is up. We're not gonna have more time to listen to more people presenting their stories. However, I am reading all of them and I am giving you feedback as I did previously in the session. Thank you very much, guys, for coming today to our session. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye bye, guys. Take care. Good night.
Bye,
Tomorrow?
teacher.
Bye.
Tomorrow?
All right.
Bye bye, teacher.
Bye bye. See you. Bye. Take care.
Bye, teachers.
Bye.